What's going on, guys? It's Dubs Yu-Gi-Oh! And we are back with another deck list. I know I haven't had much time to upload. It's all coming together, guys. I'm almost done with tech training. Once I'm out of tech training, I'll be on a little hiatus, and then I'll be able to hopefully get more videos in and more time into these videos. This is all I can really do right now, but without further ado, let's get started with Sacred Beasts. To start off with the deck, we have obviously the 3 copies of Hamon, Lord of Strike. Calamity of the Sacred Beast, Hamon, Lord of Striking Thunder. If you guys remember the GX era, the Sacred Beast was at the end of Season 1. I believe during the Shadow Games at the very beginning, the first actual arc of the series, I believe. After the 3 Hamon, we have 3 copies of Infinity of the Sacred Beast, Ravael, Lord of Phantasms. Ravael and Hamon are good starters, allowing you to get a hold of spells and monsters, respectively. We're running the 1 Uriah because Uriah just gets 1 trap, and it's kind of a brick, which is why I'm only running 1, but you kind of need it for some bigger monsters. And then like Uriah, we're only running 1 Summoner of the Sacred Beast. What it does is it can allow you to summon a Sacred Beast monster from your hand in defense position, so long as it's not level 8, and then you have to discard a card. Or you could banish it from your graveyard and summon a Sacred Beast from your graveyard in defense. So you could summon a monster from hand, and then somehow get it in the graveyard, and then banish it from graveyard, summon another from graveyard. It's pretty consistent because a lot of this deck does discard. Now moving on, we have the Sacred Beast release. So you have 3 Sacred Beast monsters from your deck to hand, and then discard 2 cards. So it's kind of like Graceful Charity, but you get to pick what goes to your hand, kind of. And then you can banish it and add 1 of the big Sacred Beast monsters to your hand without having to discard. Moving on, for another spell, we have the Sacred Beast Thunderclap. Easy way to get a Sacred Beast out on the field, because once you play 1, you have to place 2 more. So now you have 3 continuous spells, which will go well with the fields. And then if you have a level 10 Sacred Beast monster out, you can get the field spell as well. Field spell allows you to draw 2 cards, and then eventually you can use the field spell to get rid of the 3 Thunderclap, and then summon 1 of your Sacred Beast monsters. And then during your opponent's end phase, the Thunderclap will come back to your hand, so you can do it again on your turn. But like I said, like when mentioning the field spell, you can do that you can summon a Sacred Beast 3 times a turn, depending on what you have out. Some people run 1 copy. I'm running 2, simply for things like Kashtira, which can banish my stuff face down, and I'd like to have that. I always like having that extra backup, like playing it safe. In addition to the Fallen Paradise, we have the Martyr of the Sacred Beast. Martyr is also pretty good. It's a great starter. Not as good as Ravael or Hamon, but Martyr is pretty solid. Summons 2 more of himself out, so it's easy to link climb. And I think he's just pretty good in general. And then we are running 1 Sacred Beast trap card, which is Combined Assault. Summons a Sacred Beast monster from your hand or graveyard in defense. Then if you control 2 or more Sacred Beast monsters whose level are 10, you can negate the effects of 1 face-up card your opponent controls, so it's like an Omni Negate. It's a summon, it's an Omni Negate, and you can banish it and then fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters in your hand or field, which can get you your big fusion monster, which can save itself 3 times and kind of negate stuff as well. Very busted. Thought it was pretty silly. Obviously, I don't know if you guys remember, but I used Jubel, the 2 Dark Beckoning Beasts and 1 Opening of the Spirit Gates, just to help you link climb a little bit, because this is because you're gonna be wanting to run Unchained in this deck as well. So we have the two Dark Beckoning Beasts, the one opening the Spirit Gate, so then you have some cards out, and then you can recycle your Martyr of the Sacred Beast. And now, like I said, we're running a little Unchained engine. We have the one Shavara and the one Abominable Chamber. It's all you really need for the Unchained engine, if you ask me. But if you want to play like some additional Unchained, I'm not gonna hold that against you. Now that was the main portion of this deck. Now we're gonna move to the staples. To start off with our staples, we have the triple copy of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, the universal staple, the one that everyone should be playing in their deck at the moment. Definitely slows some decks down. Other decks not so much, but it's always a great staple to have, especially when you're going first and you're playing against Ball Charmies. It's a great way to stop it. You're going to be playing Ghost Belle. Belle is also good for those situations or against those decks that can't really be affected by Ash as much, like Mitsu. We have Super Poly, which is obviously, in my opinion, the best board breaker in the game. Easy removal, can't be responded to. And then second to Super Poly, I mean, obviously there's Forbidden Crown, but let's be real, Forbidden Crown is like your rent money and then some. So we're not playing Forbidden Crown. We do have Forbidden Droplet though. Droplet's another one of those easy picks, another one of those easy board breakers. And since this deck does discard a lot, then why not add on to that discard with Droplet? We have our one-ofs of Talent. Talent will just give us more cards. We have the Called by the Grave, the Crossout Designator, and the Dominus Impulse. You can play up to 3 Impulse, but most of this deck is dark. The only parts that aren't dark, I believe, are your Hamons. So Impulse could be a no-go, depending on how you see it. I might take it out just because I need Hamon's effects to go through, and that's not really going to happen. But we'll take that out. Hold on. Now we'll go on to the deck portion of this video. So now we got our 3 cards in hand, or we have our starting hand. Obviously, the card I mentioned earlier was Hamon, Lord of Striking Thunder, and we'll just run through the little combo with him. We do need a couple cards in hands just to show you how much you discard and how much you can get out of this. So you'll start off by activating Hamon. You'll reveal it to add a spell card, Sacred Beast spell card, and then discard 1 card from your hand. So we're going to add the Sacred Beast Released, and then we'll have to discard a card, so we'll just put that there. Put that there. Now we have Sacred Beast Release. Hamon's still in hand. So now we're going to add activate Sacred Beast Release. We are going to add the we're going to add Summoner, Raviel, and Martyr. Now that we have those, we discard 2 cards, so we will discard the Hamon and the Summoner since we can't really do much with them at the moment. Now we'll finally use our normal summon, which will be the Martyr. Martyr has the effect of whenever you summon, I can place 1 Sacred Beast spell or trap card from my deck onto the field. This is where we grab our Sacred Beast Thunderclap. Thunderclap will then allow me to place 2 more, so we have 3. Then we will activate our Summoner, banishing himself, summon Hamon from our graveyard in defense mode. Now that we have our Hamon, we can now place the field spell. Technically, before I get flamed in the comments, technically you need to have Hamon out before you get your Thunderclap. So I would hold off on the summon. All these would not be here at the moment. Yeah. So right now this is our board. We have a Hamon and a Summoner in the grave, so you can So we'll banish the summoner, summon Hamon, defense, normal summon Martyr. Martyr will again get our 3 spells, and then cut our 1 spell, and then our 1 spell becomes 3 more, and then an additional field spell since we have a level 10 out on the field. And then we'll use Martyr again to summon 2 more Martyr. We'll link these 2 off. This is where Unchained comes in. I'll show you the extra deck when I'm done. That's completely my fault. We'll summon the Yama. Yama will get our Shavara. Shavara will just pop our own Martyr, summon it. These 2, that way we can get Shavara in the graveyard. Now we have Rage out really early. Now we have Shavara to then get us our trap card. Set it there. Activate Ravael to get us our Uriah. And then we'll discard a card. Our Fallen of the Sacred Fallen Paradise will get us 2 more cards off the since I control level 10. So now we have 6 cards in hand, 2 of which are known. And then we will use our Fallen Paradise of the Sacred Beast to get rid of our 3 Thunderclap. And we will bring out the Ravael, Lord of Phantasms, which once per turn, he has the ability to tribute 2 other Sacred Beast monsters and then destroy as many monsters on my opponent's side of the field as possible. And if I do, he gains 1,000 attack points for each card destroyed. This is going to be pretty silly because obviously at the moment we do not have 2 Sacred Beast monsters. But if you were to go with the Uriah route, so I apologize. You can reveal Uriah in your hand, add the trap card, and then discard another card. So now we have the trap card, which is the combined assault. So now you'll be able to have the 2 monsters, set the assault. You have 3 cards in hand to still keep playing with, plus a Sacred Beast in your hand, so you could summon with combined assault. So let's say it's my opponent's turn. I have the Rage out already. I use both of these guys. Let me read real quick. Once per turn with Hamon, if a card is sent to my opponent's graveyard, my opponent takes 1,000 damage. Obviously, and then inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, I can activate this effect and take no damage for the rest of the turn. So he's kind of chilling there. And then whenever let's say Rage is gone, whatever, I link it off for SP or whatever. SP's out. SP does its thing. No more options. Combined Assault will summon the Raya. And then I could also use Combined Assault to negate. So Combined Assault, summon Uriah, negate a card. And then I can banish Combined Assault from my graveyard. Shuffle these 3. And then bada bing, bada boom. The Chaotic Phantasmal Sacred Beast. One of the best. It's your ace in the hole. And being able to bring it out on your opponent's turn is also nuts, in my opinion. I mean, everything is nuts in my opinion, so take me for what it's worth. But yeah, that is the deck profile. Obviously, like I mentioned before the combo, that I did forget to show you the extra deck. So let me do that. So we got the extra deck here. We have, obviously this is my opinion, so I might not be 100% the right one, but this is obviously, like I just said, my opinion. We're running 2 copies of the Chaotix. Some people will run 1. I have the extra space for it, so I've chose to run it. We have the Varudris. Varudris is nuts if you can buy it. If you don't have it, that's why my combo was the way it was, because not everyone has a Verudris or wants one. We have the Relinquished Anima. Anima is just a generic Link 1 with, and the only thing you can normal summon is your Martyr, which is a level 1, so Anima's pretty good. You could also throw Linkuriboh in there as well if you want. Like I said, we're running on chains, so we have the Yama and the Soul of Rage. And then, obviously, I mentioned Super Poly, so we gotta have some Super Poly targets of Garoa and Mudragon in the Swamp. And then, finally, for our ending our extra deck, that is, I believe, a good idea, is SP and IP, respectfully, because you can't always get into that Unchained Soul of Rage. So, if you can't get into Rage, IP is a good backup, so then you're not just relying on it. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, tell me what deck you want to see next. Obviously, I got stuff going on, so please make sure it's affordable. And without further ado, I will see you all next time. Peace.